Hello everyone, and welcome to another one of these Alchemy new Capenna drafts. So it's a premier draft, and each pack has one card from the Alchemy new Capenna release. In this case, it's a Graven Archfiend, which is a 5 mana 4/5 flyer, which is already enough to pick it, and it has. Okay, so I can get a Demonic Pact if I want to pay the additional cost. Interesting card. I'm gonna pick it, of course. It's the best card in the package, even better than the best common in the set. I mean, Demonic Pact can be risky, but you know, you don't have to use the additional cost. 5 mana 4/5 flyer is definitely just a bum quality card. So let's take that and let's see what I'm passing here. Inspiring Overseer. And a knockout blow, a couple of good white cards, and some decent stuff, but they are not. I guess the Overseer is clearly the best, strongest signal there. And here I have. So okay, the Alchemy card is a Menagerie Curator, a pretty good mana card, mana producing creature. I mean, yeah, but after picking a black card. Am I going to take this? The black and green, of course, are not supported. It's not a supported 2-color archetype in this format. I think this is the best card in the pack, though. There is a Torch Breath, and of course, I can, be a Riveteers. I guess if this could come back, I could take the strongest card. I think the Torch Breath is like fine, but nothing too exciting. So I'd rather just take the best card. I can be. My deck can have both of these cards in it, and at least, I can still abandon my early picks, because that's what you often have to do in draft. Let's say green is super open there, then of course it would be sad that I didn't pick the Curator, but now, what's this? Blue is, maybe the best color in the set, blue and white, maybe white is, but it doesn't matter. Those two are great cards, and someone took... two people took something else than the Reservoir Kraken from this pack, which is really weird, because this is an insane bomb rare, totally insane bomb rare. And there's even a good green card for me. I would just take the Beatdown otherwise, but of course I'll take the Kraken. So someone took a regular uncommon, and then the Alchemy card has been taken as well, because that will always replace a common. So there's one uncommon missing and the Alchemy card. So I guess the regular new Capenna uncommon might have been just something very insane, but I don't mind if having this, getting this as a third pick should also mean that blue is probably going to be open, and I get the slip with the fishes here, which is totally a very nice removal spell because of the additional token you get. So yeah, that's an easy pick. I could try to be just blue-black here. Blue, black and green is definitely not a supported archetype. But yeah, let's just take this and move on. And what's with these packs? Oh yeah, it's some weird combination of this pack. The pack art is somehow buggy here. Alright, so so there is a Black Market Tycoon. Well, I'm not taking a red card in here. It is the best card in the pack. I think I'll just take a blue-black card. It's going to be in the New Sea, or I guess it could be the District. I think I like the 2-drop here still. It's not the strongest of this cycle of 2 mana common creatures that the set has, but this is maybe sometimes a 3/3 lifelinker, and then it's really good, and as a 2 mana 2/2 it's passable. Alright, so I would like to have the District, but let's take the 2-drop steal here. Okay, I can take a whack here, pretty easy. This is just way too much life loss. So for 5 mana you can draw 3 at sorcery speed. That's horrible. 6 mana draw 4 is nice, but then you already are losing 4 life, and the casualty is, for 3. You don't even want to copy a spell that costs you already a bunch of life. So it's pretty bad rare for limited. Alright, let's take the whack there, and I can easily get rid of this green card now. And okay, there's the Body Dropper Vest card. I like the Groundbreaker a lot if the colors match. Here I could take the Contender or the Seraph, but the Seraph is something I'm not willing to splash really If I had some good white, I might take this, you know, because of the mana fixing, but I take the contender now. If I get more of these cards that care about the different mana values in the graveyard, then having some 1 mana cards is reasonable. Okay, this pack has still exotic pets in here. So now this is the moment when I have to decide if I want to also play white or not. Because I could just take the Crooked Custodian here. I have double caster, double caster, double caster. And I have no mana fixing. As good as this card is, I think I will stay now just 2 colors and I'll take the Custodian. I also need early drops, so that's, you know, good in that sense as well. Here I can take my first mana fixing card, Raffine's Tower, adds blue and black, and well, if I still end up having a white splash, that also works for that. And yeah, the Rebel Ruiner and the Witness Protection are not really good cards at all. Psionic Snoop, join the Masters. Am I gonna have easy time getting the Casualty 2? Casualty 2 is so much worse than Casualty 1. I think I'll just take the Snoop. Also, Snoop can make me discard something, you know, for the Snooping Newsy to become bigger. And here, I'll just take the on-color card. I don't think I want to play the Bruiser. Oh, why is Chaldea Strongarm still here? I think it is the second best green common, but oh, right, someone gets it. I still have a Rooftop Nuisance. Could be interesting if I get some more, you know, good 1 power creatures in terms of, you know, sacrificing them. There are some, you know, creatures definitely in the set that are made for, you know, enabling Casualty. Alright, so this this pack, wow, what am I supposed to do in here? Because there's nothing that amazing for me here. The rare is, of course, one of the greatest bomb rares in the format. It's double caster though. There's also another of these curators. So I could take it. I mean, try to make this green work somehow, but that would mean abandoning. Yeah, no, it actually won't work. I would totally have to abandon either blue or black. And I don't think I want to do it because I have the Graven Archfiend for black and whack. And the blue, yeah, I'm not gonna abandon these bomb rares, so I won't be taking these. And I think out of these options, I'll just take the Sleep out the back here, I guess. I mean, I have already 1 contender. I don't want to play multiple of those Rooftop Nuisance, at least not until I have several cards. I'm happy to sacrifice for the Casualty, and I don't currently have any card that I'm that happy to sacrifice for the Casualty. Alright, so here I could take Evelyn the Covetous because this doesn't require red actually. So 5 mana 2/5 flash with the, I mean, you get the trigger from itself, and then it doesn't matter if you have more vampires in the deck. Do I have any vampires? I have 1. What's that? What is vampire? Come on, I am actually losing. I have to make my decision very soon. I don't know which of these is. Okay, this is a vampire. Anyway, I'll take it still. Pass the Torch is definitely nice, but and it's totally worth splashing too. But I'll take the Evelyn here now. Pretty decent card, and I'm still just blue-black, which is, you know, where I want to be. I don't need to. I don't usually want to play 3 colors unless I have some very good reason to do so. And I can just take in Snooping Newsy here. I need 2 drops here still. Passing a Jewel Thief here. And then out of the way. And that's probably it. Yeah, well, I mean, I like it more than the Run Out of Town. Now this doesn't bounce to hand, and so the fact that this draws a card, these are both, you know, same card advantage wise, but then this has the option to cost 2 mana, which is great, so I'll take that. And here, okay, I'll just take the newsies. Now I have 3 newsies. I have a reason to try to draft a little bit in a way to keep in mind that I might be that I am interested in getting those 5 different mana values to my graveyard. So let's see if that affects my drafting choices too much. Okay, well, there is the tainted Indulgence, and there is an expendable Lackey. Of course, if you exile this, it won't be in your graveyard anymore at that point, but you don't have to exile it right away. The Indulgence is okay, but I think I'll take the Lackey. Just have more 1 mana cards to make these newsies, you know, work the way I want them to work. So let's do it. And Okay, what's with these late pick strong arms? Alright, so this is rather uninteresting pack. I don't care about any of these. I guess I can take the Ruiner. It's the, you know, card I'm most willing to play out of those options. A Witness Protection, it's a 1-mana card, but usually you don't want it to end up in your graveyard, although opponent usually can at least jump block with the 1-1. But it's not the kind of 1-drop I'm very interested in playing. I guess the Join the Masters isn't gonna work either. I'll just take the... Do I need a 3-drop? I don't think I'm gonna take the white land. I think I am beyond splashing a white card here. Alright, so I can take a contender again. Well, it is a vampire for the Evelyn, but mostly it is a 1-drop for this Snooping Muses. So let's do it. The Quick Draw Dagger is a fine card. I wouldn't mind playing it, but I think the 1-drop makes sense now. Alright, so here I'll just take the Make Disappear. The best card. Okay, can I take a land? Yes, I can take. This doesn't get me. Yeah, this gets me a swamp or an island. That's good, because it's also a land that goes immediately to my graveyard. So it's a 0-mana card for the Snooping Muses. And here I can take a run out of town. And whatever, not going to have enough multicolored permanents for this to make it worth playing. And what's this? Alright, this is this would require, it's a good card, but it does require red. Now I did take a Master's Theater, which gets me a mountain. There's also a Corpse Appraiser and the Cormilla. Well, out of these blue-red black cards, I think the Corpse Appraiser, well, maybe I would play this over it, but definitely Corpse Appraiser is better than Cormilla. Now I have to just figure out if I want to mess my mana base up a little bit. I don't think I do want to do that because I have so many double casters already, making the mana a little bit harder, and I have 2 pieces of mana fixing lands. I'll just take the Corrupt Official and ignore any third color in this deck. And here, alright, so am I taking a Make Disappear here? Let's see the mana curve now. I don't want to play the Bruiser, and I don't think I'm gonna play all of these 4-mana cards. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to play the Crocodile, even though it is a 6-mana card, which is nice for the Muses. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Make Disappear is fine, but Broker's Veteran, I don't. Guess I'll take the Broker's Veteran. It's a 2-drop. I mean, it's not good. I'm not sure if I'm gonna play it. Okay, Xander's Wake. If you haven't played this Alchemy draft format, and meaning that if you haven't seen this card in Limited, this is just bonkers. It's insane. So basically, all the cards in this spellbook, I go quickly through them. They are all creatures. So, once you get one of them, cast it, that creature dies. You get another one. It's just an infinite supply of creatures. This is just a 5 out of 5 bomb uncommon. Yeah, I mean, I'll just take it. It is really a sick card, because I think I have played once with it myself and once against it, and it's been so ridiculous. So ridiculous. Here I could take the Fake Your Own Death, a trick I quite like. Also, I might have some synergy. A Corrupt Court Official triggering again is nice. Could be interesting to trigger a Snooping Musi again. Yep, it's a totally fine card. Let's take it. Also, the pack is quite weak for my colors. And another decent white splash if I were to have one, which I'm not going to do. I'm just thinking, I think I could take the Midnight Assassin. I actually wouldn't mind having a 3-drop. I have already something like a Chrome Cat in here. But this is the point where I'm actually going to just a red draft for Alchemy. Sorry about that. If I didn't need this card, I don't necessarily need it, but I want to complete the set. I think the Midnight Assassin is a card that might end up being in the deck, but it's not really that important. So I just take the Alchemy rare here. One of the reasons I'm doing this Alchemy draft format is to actually collect these Alchemy cards via playing Limited. Rivetest, the wrong kind of land for my mana fixing. Cemetery Tampering, Dig Up the Body. Well, are there some cards I want to dig up? There is, the self-mill might be okay with the Muses. I mean, I was thinking about redrafting the rare for 20 gems, but I will take the Dig Up the Body. It will be decent enough in this deck. Alright, so I don't really want to run multiple Chrome Cats. And... well, I do want to have some 3-drops. I actually have a very few of them. I don't think that Make Disappear is interesting now, because I have enough 2-mana cards. I don't need it as a reason, I mean, because often when you play Make Disappear, it's a fine card, but quite often you play it because you don't have 2-drops, so you want to have options for your turn 2. But that's not going to be the case for this deck. I have options for turn 2 already here. An offer you can't refuse. Oh, well, this is a best of 1 draft, so I'm not taking that. I don't think I'm going to take anything, so I'll take the uncommon for vault value though. Alright, so here I could take the Quick Draw Dagger now, or I can take another Psionic Snoop. I have a bunch of creatures, although a lot of them I think I can be cut here now. I won't be taking the red card. I'll take the Dagger. It's a nice trick. Let's do it. And here I'm not gonna play anything, so let's take the uncommon and Rebel Ruiner. I think I had already one, and I have too many 4-drops already as well, so I'll just take the uncommon. I'm not going to play 2 Rebel Ruiners, that's just how it goes. Alright, so here a 3rd Chrome Cat. Well, I'm not gonna play, hopefully 3 of them. Okay. Yeah, with triple Newsy running one of 6-drop might make sense, but I have a lot of cards to cut in here. Alright, well, I'm going to cut 1 Chrome Cat right away, and then the Rooftop Nuisance. Is that important in here? I have some cheap cards I don't mind cutting. I'm sorry, sacrificing. But I'm gonna cut the Bruiser. That's unnecessary here. I'll play the 1-drops, the Vampires. Well, it's actually not a big reason to play random Vampires because of this, because this card also needs to survive until you have played the cards that you have exiled with them, so you don't really easily can make a kind of a game plan that you play these and some other Vampires and have a massive amount of card advantage from that. So it's a little bit of a bonus that these are Vampires, but the main reason I'm playing these cards is the triple Newsy. Because I'm getting 5 different mana values is really hard. So having a bunch of 1-drops makes it a bit easier, because 2, 3 and 4, those are the easy ones. Over the course of the game you will most likely end up easily having a 2 mana and 3 mana and a 4 mana card in your graveyard, and then often you will mill a land here, or connive a land to graveyard or whatever, or maybe you just sacrifice a Master's Theater. So that's kind of 4, but the 5th one is gonna be hard. So you don't usually play a lot of 5 mana cards or a lot of 1 mana cards or anything that's more expensive than 5. So that's the hard part. That's why I want to play these 1 mana cards, to make it at least a little bit more likely to actually get to the sort of threshold for this card. And since I have 3 of them, it's actually gonna be quite relevant to enable that threshold. So I'm not going to cut the 1-drops. I'm going to probably not cut the 2-drops either, because that's 3, 4, 5, 6 creatures and then some other 2 mana cards. Yeah, that's good enough. The Nuisance is... I think it's just a card I don't need in this deck. It is a pretty decent one. Yes, I can easily... I mean, sacrificing something like an Expendable Lackey or a Corrupt Court Official is definitely fantastic for it. Also, I don't mind sacrificing something like a Broker's Veteran. So I guess I quite often will be able to use the Casualty. I like the Snoop. Okay, I'm gonna cut at least... Man, I need to cut 5 more cards. Well, the Sewer Crocodile, that just has to go. There's no way I'm gonna play that. I think the Rebel Ruiner and Run Out of Town are gonna go away too, because I just have so many cards to make and I don't want to have all the expensive stuff. Now, I am a bit light on interaction here. 15 creatures for now. Because the Run Out of Town is definitely a fine card to play in your limited decks, but I just think that the other 4 mana cards are more interesting. And I don't want to go... Yeah, of course I'm gonna play all these 4 mana cards, and I kind of would want to play the Run Out of Town as well, but probably won't be doing that. Now, should I actually cut a 2 mana card? I think the Make Disappear can be cut. I have so much stuff to do for turn 2. I quite often will... You know, I don't need to... I don't need to have another 2 mana card, because this is one... And I can cast all of these on turn 2, even the Xander's Wake. And of course you want to have this down early. But this is, you know, a little bit of a tempo loss the turn you played. But then when you get it rolling, it's definitely going to be worth it. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 8 cards I can cast on turn 2. Plus I have these 1 mana cards too. Who knows, I might have 2 of these 3 creatures in my starting hand. So I will have place for turn 2 and turn 1. Anyway, the Make Disappear, I think it was actually quite an easy cut. I maybe should have cut it already earlier. Now the question is, what is the... Yeah, I think this is still a 17 land deck, or is it? It's also best of 1. Should I play 17 or 16 lands? I don't have anything that connives. Well, I have... I guess I have... This thing connives, this thing scry, and these things scry, and this nuisance draws me a card. So I guess I could consider running just 16. It's a bit risky. Then again, if I'm playing a white against a white deck, this is a cheaper card. If I'm playing against a green deck, this is a cheaper card. So that already covers quite a few of the combinations. So I might often have, you know, only 3 4 mana cards in the deck. And 2 5 mana cards. So if I'm playing 16 lands, I'm not going to add the 4 mana card to the deck. I would just play with 2 Chrome Cats. It's not a great card, so I would really want to have some better 3 mana drops here, but I guess I'll just do it like this, and I will play 16 lands only. With 2 pieces of fixing I can have a nice 9 mana base deal, quite even amount of these color symbols here, so I can just add now 7 of each basic land, and I will basically have 9 mana base. Okay, let's do that. I think 16 is just about fine here. Let's have some SNC lands. Maybe not this one, I haven't used these so much. 7 and... Oops. These ones. Alright, so this is the deck. How many alchemy cards was it? It is, I think, only this one and then this second one. Both are, of course, pretty insane. So, and I also have the Kraken, which is insane. Okay. So, a bit light on the alchemy stuff, but at least they are very impactful cards if I get to play them. And this is the deck. Well. If just one of these was an island. Opponent mulligans, I am on the draw. If I basically need the 1 blue source very soon. This will draw me another card though. Okay, I'm gonna keep it, but this could end up bad. Yeah, there's a reason I prefer those mana fixing lands quite high, because these kind of starting hands are so awkward, because the number of lands is fine and the mana curve is, you know, great. I just need the colors to work here. And I do have a 9 plus 9 considering my I have 2 lands that can get me either mana. I'm gonna start with Rapid's moment on 2, and now it's the moment of truth. Can I at least have a black card? No, I have a swamp, which is probably the worst draw there. I would have rather taken a blue card than a swamp maybe, but what can you do? Okay, Celestial World also is gonna... Alright, well there's something. I got the island, but yeah, this is going to... They're just gonna keep, you know, doing this each turn, and they will end up with a massive amount of cards. So I'm in a rush here, but at least I got to do this. Okay, I don't mind milling those ones. I will just block if they attack. Okay, they decided not. Oh, they owned out. Well. Alright, so drawing those islands back to back is insane because this is not castable. Although, well, let's first see what they do. I don't want to run into a counterspell. I really don't want to run into a counterspell, but is there any reason to? I could play the music. I mean, they didn't attack and they didn't block. What does that mean? I think I'm gonna test. I'm gonna do this. This also plays around the counterspell. That's, you know, pay 2 for it. Because it's too risky, in my opinion, to make this get countered. Because this is a, you know, a game-winning bomb rare, and they are stuck at 2 lands, which means the ward 2 is gonna be a massive problem for them to deal with. And now that I have this, well, let's see what they do. I hope they just, you know, alright, well, they didn't draw the land, and they, for some reason, didn't want to continue here. I mean, I think they would have just conceded once I dropped a Kraken here, but I wasn't really pressuring them too much. Although when I'm getting my 5th land drop and they are 2 mana, it's gonna be very hard to try to beat any normal draw. Alright, that was a fast game. Okay, I'm on the draw, but I have both colors this time. I have Xander's Wake. No creature really, but I have Xander's Wake. That is just... I hope I can demonstrate the power of that card in this game. And I do have another, but I can whack that thing away. So, especially now that it's a 3-2, there's no reason to play the Wake right now. If I draw a 2-drop specifically on the next turn, then I should do the Wake now and the whack on the next turn. And I do have 2 black, so I can pay this, cast this for 1 black, and then I will have 2 mana over. I don't know though. I think I'm gonna just whack this away, because I don't think the 3-drop is gonna be any, you know, better thing to whack away, even if it is a white creature. Yeah, that wouldn't be. I'd rather kill it. I'd rather kill the 3-2. I didn't draw a creature, it didn't even matter. So I hope my first creature isn't going to be the Evelyn here, but I guess. Oh, I think. Well, no. I mean, I could have countered that with a Sleep Out of the Back, but then this would have had a permanent size increase, so maybe it wouldn't have made any sense. Alright, Graffin's Tower. Well, I'm not going to cycle it. I need the blue, plus I need the 5th land, so it's a bit awkward that my first creature will in fact be a 5-drop, but at least it's a pretty good one. And it also has flash, so maybe I can surprise block something. Maybe they play a 3-2 or something. They do not. Okay, well, let's just go here. Let's see what's there. 4-mana card. Something with instant or flash. Nothing. Oh, do they have a counter spell in there? A strong arm. Alright, so I'm gonna be facing these, but I can, you know, sleep. I use the sleep with the fishes there, so this is fine. Okay, blocked 2 damage here. What cards am I gonna exile? Land. Alright, whatever. I have a couple of vampires in my deck, so I might get another trigger out of this. Okay, so what? Didn't want to use that. This is the card I want to cast. Okay, so now that's dealt with. Now the opponent has a look at how many cards, a lot, but Oh, funnily, the Raffin's Tower actually provides the white mana for the Skybridge Tower's activated ability. That's something, I guess. But now, if any of my creatures die, this starts going off. So I can play the island. Okay, they have no place. What do they? Interesting, they do have 4 mana with 3 different colors and what, 7 cards in their hand. And they did miss the land drop on the previous turn, which means that all these should be non-lands. Or maybe one of them could be a land if this drew them a land and now they drew a land again. Okay, I'm drawing a land here. But it's fine, I'll play the island right away. And then let's just attack. I'm gonna play the Chrome Cat and... well, that's it probably. I have to sleep out the back. I can have mana up for that. So let's do this. At least if they have a counter spell, that's not gonna get countered. I mean, if it's the taxing counter spell, which is the most commonly played one. Cutthroat Contender. I wouldn't usually want to have it, but it's a vampire which will trigger Evelyn. So, and it will trigger it for quite cheap. That's basically drawing me 2 cards. Well, this has to be on the battlefield. Destroy target enchantment. Now, if I face this thing out, the enchantment will be facing out as well. And this won't do the thing the opponent is trying to do. Alright, well, let's do that. Yes, I'm sure. So they have an additional counter. I do hope they don't have a way to deal with the sleep with the fishes now, because I just made the creature better. Although if I didn't do that thing, I would be going down to 7 now. But they have destroy each permanent you don't control that has the same name as a permanent that dealt damage to you last turn. Now I really wish I would have the sleep out the back now to save the Evelyn. I'm gonna lose both of these. This will trigger once, but sadly the contender won't do anything relevant now. That is miserable. Also, I have to deal with the 4/5 flyer, so I think this is it. That's just another just sick limited card. Alright, so how do I deal with them? Deal with 4/5 flyer. I don't think I do. Deal with it, I mean. Alright, so let's take the biggest creature, but this is just gonna be a game over, right? I can't even attack into that. I can maybe, you know, but I think I have a... I'm in a bad enough shape that I should just attack into that. I'm very unlikely to block it, because I could have the +2/+0 thing, for example. So I don't think they're gonna block it. I think I need to now just gamble a bit here in order to have a chance. And yes, this Vengeful Warchief will be getting a counter if I pay life for this thing, but the thing is, I guess this is a 3-turn clock, so I can... whether I'm at 10 or... whether I'm at 10 or 11 shouldn't matter here now. That's every turn. Yeah, I think I'll do this. Of course, if they have a +2 power effect, this will make it... well, I don't know. I did it. It's already done. But the opponent's still having all this 5. Yeah, I mean, this is just an insane card. Adjudicators to deal with the Vengeful Warchief. Alright. Now I just need my removal, but I don't think... I have a Blade to whack. Sleep with the fish. Not that whack is gonna kill this even. I have with the 1 bounce spell, but... oh, that's just a land after land, is it? Well, I'm going to attack now, and I'm going to... I mean, I don't mind if they block the contender here, because I will get to trigger the Xander's Wake, which is also why I don't expect them to be blocking here. Okay, they do that. Well, they might have something, but... Problem is the Herald of Vengeance. I guess I have some... do I have a flyer myself? I don't think. Now this destroyed 2 of my permanents while being a 5 mana 4/5 flyer, so it's just you're not supposed to. come back from that so often. Now I could pay 1 life to... I mean, what the heck? Let's do it. Doesn't matter if I'm at 5 or 6, I don't think. Yeah. But how am I going to... How am I going to... I might have another contender come up. Broker's veteran, doesn't matter. Don't care who's carrying the equipment here. Now, I do have a lethal counterattack, so if I can deal with the one blocker, if they have one big blocker and I draw the bounce spell for it, I think I still have the one. Okay, that's game over then. Yeah, Herald of Vengeance, Alchemy rare. Well, now I have some secret rares in this deck too, but that's... the Alchemy version of this draft format is definitely something, you know, crazier than the... in terms of bomb rares, it's kind of like the Crimson WoW experience, where not only there are great good limited rares and mythic rares in the Alchemy set, but also some of the uncommons are just completely ridiculous. So sadly I couldn't demonstrate how the Xander's Wake works. And what is this hand? Imagine if one of these was a swamp. Or just even one of the tapped lands that can get me black mana. I wouldn't mind it. This hand is so good if I get the black mana though. I'm gonna keep it, but man, this is a second time in the event. Well, at least I did draw it, but I don't want to be in that situation. But yeah, I'm keeping this kind of hand and hoping to draw the swamp. Now I did, and all is fine now. Man, that's not great. Okay, so I'm just simply playing the Xander's Wake now. This can, you know, block this thing and be a 2/1. And if this dies for any reason, I get to go off with this thing. So now this is maybe my turn to use a SNC Alchemy card to dominate the game. Okay, we just trade and I can get this. Wow, that's really good. That's insane. Yeah, now they knew what's gonna happen, because that's the I guess the only allowed action in this situation, because all my creatures will just, you know, turn into, when they die, they will turn into some creature, and all of this stuff in this spellbook is just, you know, I get always, you know, 3 options for this. So it's not like I can get a set of 3 cards that are completely useless. I'm gonna get some good stuff there, and there are also some incredibly good cards there. Okay, finally. Very nice starting hand. I guess I don't have a 3 mana card, but with the double blue already available, I need only 1 any land to be able to cast the bomb rare here. Plus I do have a 3 mana card. I mean, it's just that you don't always get to get value out of it, although if they have a 2-drop here, they might be blocking and then I might be in a very good shape. Alright, well they are definitely blocking with that thing. They will get the connive, the sealed counter there, I don't mind. This is a good spot to play the dagger. This will be a 4/3 attacker on the next turn. I get to kill this for free, so what if they paid 2 mana to get this thing a sealed counter, that's totally fine. Of course they need to prevent some damage and all that, but I'm happy. Happy now, and then of course they did you know, play more spells, so they cannot counter the Kraken, which means that okay, they can trade. It's okay. Yep, they can trade there, and I pay my 4 mana 6/6 trample reward too. Such an amazing card. Yeah, the opponent has the option to, you know, tap this, but man, getting those unblockable fish, that's so horrible. You don't want to give them to your opponent. this. Let's see if they wanna tap it. I mean, I don't mind if they tap it. That's totally fine. I can, if this starts to be a threat, I can, you know, make it sleep with the fishes. So this now, I think I'm gonna equip the token. I'm gonna equip the token now and get me a swamp here. Oh, this is gonna give me yet another unblockable token. Alright, Echo HP Inspector. I guess they have a game plan now. They can try to raise me in the air. And this can also block the 3-3, because it could be a 3-3 because of the dagger. Oh, they chose to actually... I guess they can double block it with the... Huh. So first of all, they can't kill this by blocking, because they have only 3 power there. If I equip this guy, they double block, I just kill the Inspector, and I'm happy with that. So... And I still have mana to both play the Lackey and sleep with the fishes, especially because this is gonna be used. I'm gonna equip with black mana here. Alright, so let's see now what happens. I'm at 2, yeah, this is not gonna be... The threshold won't be met here. Also, if they now tap the Grifted, they actually cannot block the Newsy at all. I mean, they can jump block, but okay, they chose that, which is totally fine. They cannot take 4 now. Or lose the shield counter. And then I play both my spells. I'm happy to get rid of the Inspector here. So now I have already all these unblockable tokens. I have 3 of them currently, and yeah, this is the borderless version, because this card, of course, will produce a borderless token, because this is the land card style I got from the Mastery Pass. Okay, Snoop there. So now they have 3 power plus. Okay, they have mana up. This seems like they could have a kill shot. Because this is Ward 2, so they can kill this and pay the extra 2 mana there. Which means that well, let's first see what's gonna happen. I think I'm gonna attack with the Lackey and just make a, you know, another one of those. Yeah, I think this is going to be a kill shot. It is going to be a kill shot. Now the question is, am I going to make them hold up mana for it? It's so obviously a kill shot, isn't it? If they double block this guy, I don't mind. If this dies, I don't mind. I'm going to exile it. Yep, I'm going to make them, you know, have mana up for the kill shot. I don't really think what else it could be. I guess it could be some kind of pump effect. I don't know. But they are currently facing 6 here. Wait, it is a pump effect maybe. +2/+2. Metamorphosis. Now that also explains this thing. Okay, that's fine. And there's nothing I can do about that. And I'm not going to maybe play the Snoop right away, because I don't have a card in my hand. So I would have to discard whatever I'm gonna draw here. Still, the opponent has only 2 power in the air, and I have all this unblockable stuff. Now kill shot. I mean, they probably didn't have a kill shot because they had the Metamorphosis. They had the game plan of double blocking and making blocking with the 4/4 and a 2/3 here. I can only kill one of them, but now they again can't really. I guess they just need another pump spell. Okay, they are just gonna attack, which is fine. So I don't think they can. Any one pump spell won't be killing the 6/6, because I could also, you know, equip these to make it a 7/7, but I don't think they can add 3 more power to these guys. I guess another Metamorphosis would work. So if I move the equipment here, that means I miss out on damage if they choose to tap it. Out of the way. Well, that makes it very safe if they have any kind of a pump effect. So let's just attack with this configuration. I'll just respond with the bounce if they have something scary. Okay, they are gonna... I don't think that is the way to win here, though. It seems so... such an... Okay, they're gonna connive. I have 6 mana here. They don't have anything that costs green, so I can only do one of these things on the next turn. So I guess I might as well move this. Although if they have the counter spell that makes me pay more, yeah, I guess I'll although they can just sacrifice this. This is just probably not gonna matter too much, but let's do it like this. Now I can't really block the Grifter because they can connive, make it into a 2/3 by discarding a non-land. But this is only 4 damage in the air. And I can also play the Snoop here. Should I just play it? I mean, I'm not going to discard out of the way here. That's the thing. This is too good. But I could block the Grifter in that case. So I will discard whatever I draw, unless it's like a bomb. I think I'm not gonna do that. Because I think I can't take the damage here. I'm just using the out of the way end of turn or something like that. Or maybe I can even block this, make them use 3 mana to connive, and then bounce the Grifter, although they can just recast it. I don't think that's a good idea. I'll let this come through. I won't be bouncing anything mid-combat, because they can recast it later. I guess if they connive for another time, then I might go for the out of the way. That's 6 here. And then they are gonna play. Oh, they have a lot of Echo Inspectors. Well, I'm just going to bounce that, I guess, because that also means I have a lethal attack, because they have to have an untapped creature to... They need to have an untapped creature to make this tap. I have actually 12 damage here now. So I just bounce this so they can't tap this down. That is exactly 12. This was a game won by this one single card. Sick Bummer. But it's not like I haven't lost games to Bummer, so you just have to take them when you get them, and then when you are facing them yourself, you just have to think that, well, sometimes I will be the one delivering the beats. Okay, some stuff here. On the play. Oh, I have. Maybe we'll get an opportunity to cast this thing. I wonder if I'm going to be in a position to actually get the Demonic Pact. I have both double blue and double black, but this is a 4 mana card, this is a 5 mana card, so I only need to draw 1 swamp in my next 2 lands, if one of them is one that can get me black. That's all I need. Now I will be able to cast this on turn 4 if I just draw 1 of any land. Plus this can give me a treasure token, which gives me this maybe a turn 4 Archwing, but I guess a turn 4 Archwing means I'm not gonna get a Demonic Pact. Okay, so I have double blue here, so I cannot cast both the Fake Your Own Death and this unless I'm gonna sacrifice the treasure for it, which I'm not going to do. I think I'm gonna fake away regardless. Maybe they don't block. That's a very small chance, but they did actually choose not to block. I'm happy to trade 3 damage here. Plus I can just block, with this guy, which is gonna be a... I guess they might have a, some kind of enhancement for this thing, because why would they otherwise take this 3 damage? Unless they have something... Maybe they have a kill spell for the Custodian or something. This is usually not a card you are... In the early stages of the game, you're just happy to trade this with anything. Later in the game, this is valuable because it can block anything that is, big, or trade with anything that's big. But let's see what they have. Let's see what they have. Okay, so that could be now. That could be, of course, the thing that turns it into a 4-4. Because why would they offer this trade here? I don't mind. I'm gonna block and see what happens. It's just, I mean, no, they chose to trade with this 1-1 instead of this 3-2, which they could have done. Weird. Okay. Don't have a play for this turn. I don't think I'm going to be digging up the body, hitting. I mean, I could take this back, or I could, you know, be lucky and mill a good thing, but I'd rather save it for the Archfiend because this might die and then I can get it back. That has been put into witness protection, and it's a legitimate business person. How can it be so hard to pronounce? Now, of course, now that they did this thing, I could just casualty this. I don't really need this contender, but I will be able to mill 4 cards because I can take this guy back. I think I will do that. So I get the 3-2 back most likely, unless let's see what I mill here. Land. Well, okay, the 3-2, and then at least hopefully something else, some creature goes there. No, so actually, wow, interesting, but whatever. Now the question is, am I gonna play the Archfiend now? I'm not going to get a Demonic Pact this early. It's too risky because there's still you lose the game. That is something you can do later in the game. Now if this gets removed, okay, because I did use my Decap the Body. I can also play both of these and have the Fake Your Own Death up. I guess I'll start with that, and then because I'm also interested in. Oh no, sorry, I couldn't have gotten the Demonic Pact because you have to sacrifice a creature in order to get that. So now I have the option to, you know, maybe sacrifice the Cutthroat Contender, have a bit more information. But you don't have many turns when you get this thing. The 4th trigger will make you lose the game, and that would be really embarrassing to lose the game to that. Now before that you will get some very powerful triggers, of course, but it's still possible for the opponent to stabilize. And I don't think I have a way to get rid of my own enchantments. Traumatic Prank. So, okay, so this is just going to... That's fine. So it's gonna eat me. Not eat, but ping me each turn now. And it can't block. But I mean, it's a 3-2, opponent has no blockers. I'm winning this race easily. Easily winning this race. Sadly, I did use one of my casualty spells, which would be... Or do they have a... Okay, Grisly Sigil on there. Interesting. Well, I mean, I can just... Wait a minute, casualty trigger first. Let's that... Yeah, no, I want them to target this thing before... Yeah, now I can... I guess it wouldn't have mattered in the end. Oh, no, it actually... No, it wouldn't have. But anyway, now I can just get it back. I probably will. I mean, it's not really the greatest card to get back, but I just wanna keep up the pressure because I will be able to deal 2 to them. Question is, am I gonna go for the Demonic Pact? It's such an awkward loss. I have no other, you know, I mean, this is my only threat. If they deal with the Archfiend, the Demonic Pact will still be there. I really would want to get it, but... And I know this wouldn't even be there, because I would have to sacrifice it, obviously. This has an additional cost for the Demonic Pact. And it would be fun to take it. But if they just have a piece of removal, they have a Murder. This dies, but they need a black source for that. But let's say they do have any way to deal with this. And then I'll just lose to my own Demonic Pact. I'm not going to. Submit 0. Yes, that's how it works. 5 mana 4/5 flyer is still gonna be amazing, but yeah, so let's see. If they have a removal spell for it, I'm very happy I didn't have a Demonic Pact, now making me potentially lose in a couple of turns. If they don't have removal for it, well, I think this is gonna win by just attacking, so... But what are they having here? They still don't... Oh, my other Bumberer. Maybe They haven't really played a lot of creatures here. Evelyn. Okay, so Evelyn is gonna get the this thing. So what do they get? Out of the way and the land. Alright. So I think I can live with that. Especially given that I'm going to get a reservoir back. This is just a bounce, but I will recast whichever they are gonna bounce. And I have still the sleep with the fishes in here, which is gonna give me a 1/1 unblockable, which will be a 2-power unblockable with the dagger. They chose to play a land from their hand instead of the theater. Maybe they want to have access to all this mana, because this would result in a tapped land. Because they can, you can only cast one of those or play one of those cards per turn, but they could just play the land on their turn and use the instant on my turn. So now they have 6 mana, so they can bounce whichever of these. Okay. Right. Any reason to play the land right now? I don't think. I guess they're gonna just start giving me 1/1 unblockables. So I just bounce it. They will pay the ward cost, and then I will recast it. In the meanwhile, they will. I'm not gonna use the quick draw dagger now, because I think it's more powerful because they are at 9, which means that 4 + 5 is gonna be enough. So 2 attacks from this thing. But it's fine if I do it on the next turn, so they don't know it. But this will be lethal on the next. I'm gonna leave this in my hand because they might have the discard a creature. Oh, they're there. 2 mana 1/1. That makes each opponent discard a card. I'd rather keep both of these. That means I can't have mana up for the quick draw dagger, but I don't think it matters. Because even the 5 mana sorcery, red sorcery, that deals 5 damage to a target creature, has the second mode of destroy target artifact, and this is an actual artifact, so they could destroy this regardless of its power. Oh, they have a Xander's Wake, but gladly. Oh, this is already at 5. Great. Alright, so how am I gonna do it? This will just be a lethal attack if neither of these 2 cards answer the Archfiend here. Because I can make this sleep with the fishes. Here, but don't know, because if they don't tap this, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna. I mean, if they are gonna block this with the Evelyn, I'm just, fine with that. I think they are just going to give me a 1/1 token. Oh, and they actually, I messed up. I didn't factor in the fact, because I knew they have this land, so the gain 1 life actually did mean that this plus the dagger won't be lethal anymore, because they got to. But actually, well, now it will be, because this will trample over 1 damage. Jeez. Well, let's go for the lethal, shall we? Who is gonna get it? This ward guy, maybe? Yep, ward guy. So it would trample over 2 and this would deal 4. Alright, so my rares again winning some games. Okay, I have the choice between 2 1-drops. Well, it's gonna be, of course, the 2-power one. Oh, and there's the Kraken again. Wow. So I can go Contender into Custodian, and then I have the double blue for the Kraken. But they have that thing. And I'm gonna play the 3/2 here. I might not draw an untapped land for the next turn, which means that I can't threaten the quick draw dagger. Oh, and this is pretty good stuff. Oh, but I did get the untapped one. Alright, so let's do the attack. Hopefully. Oh, actually. Nah. I'm going to gonna play there. Oh, I can't. Well, I can double block the Darling of the Night, but this thing on turn 3 is pretty nasty, especially when the player is on the play. So if they don't have a trick, but I mean they are gonna have a trick, aren't they? Why didn't I play the tap land? What was my mana configuration there? Didn't I have... I somehow thought I can play the expendable Lucky there, because of course I was supposed to play the Raffin's Tower there. Because I think I had Island and a Swamp after 2 turns. Yeah, that was just me messing things up big time, because I'm not getting the Kraken unless I get to draw exactly a island here. But let's see if they have a trick here. Well, I'm fine trading with the 2-4 and them getting a 1-1 out of the deal. I'm fine with that. But yeah, I messed up with my lands. Why did I do that? I don't really remember this. That makes no sense whatsoever. So I'm going to do this. Maybe if I get to play that... Oh, sorry. Now I know, because I wanted to have mana up for the quick draw dagger. That's the reason to play the untapped land there. Yes. How about now? I can just trade with the 3-2 here. Yeah, so I'm gonna... Plus the Lucky can block the 1-1, so no big deal. Okay, yeah, so playing the untapped land. I mean, that if I didn't do that, I wouldn't have been able to attack. Now, thanks to me doing that play, the opponent is down to 14 already. And I have only, you know... This is a fine block here. And my Kraken will be here. I'm still at 19. This is actually doing good job, you know, keeping these guys at bay, because it is effectively a 2-power creature. Alright, so no attacks anymore, but I'll just play my Kraken. Oh, I shouldn't. No, it doesn't actually matter. I mean, they will have the opportunity to tap this at the beginning of their combat too. So this can give first strike or lifelink, but as long as they can't deal with the 6/6. Now they can tap it and they can be very aggressive. We will see. I also get some blockers too. Because they can attack for 6 power worth of first strikers, but they chose not to do that. Alright. Now the ballroom brawlers really is a problem here. Now is there a chance that they will just multiple block the Kraken and I get to totally blow them out with a quick draw dagger? Is that a thing? Let's first see if they are going to tap it. Because them taking 6. But the thing is, I'm not going to win the late game here. I need to do something with this. If I don't attack or with it, yeah, I just hope that they will, you know, go for the blocks, which they did not. Not really a big surprise there. So I won't be using the dagger. I'm going to... There's the Craven Archfiend. Well. Dig up the body. Yeah. I'll do this. I will mana up for one of these cards. I can cast one of these cards. I also can use the sleep targeting their brawlers, because I think they're gonna go with the lifelink. I can just actually block with that guy. Well, let's see what... I think they're gonna attack with a 3-2. Well, probably a lot of these, and they're gonna give a lifelink to the brawlers and maybe the 3-2 or something. It's gonna be a lifelink. I don't think it's gonna be a first strike, because I'm at 19. I can just take this attack if it's gonna be anything else. Alright, so I have here 6 power already, so I can basically kill both of these if they don't have anything. Sadly, I don't have the sleep mana up. If I had one extra untapped mana here, land, I mean, for the 4th mana, that would be a bit safer, but I'm kind of tempted to just do this and then use the dagger. Now that means I will still lose the custodian, but I won't be losing the 1/1 unless they arrange the blocks differently. I mean the order of blockers. Okay, let's try this. And this is now me hoping to that they don't. That if they have a trick of any kind, that is gonna be miserable. Kind of committed to this already, so let's do it. Oh, I actually, I'm a fool. Of course, I'm gonna, now that this is gonna get dealt 3, this is gonna dealt, I mean 3 first, I should do it like this. So now my, I mean, this would survive regardless, but now this will also carry the equipment. If I put the custom, okay, they have a broken wings there. Wow, that's okay. Now probably won't be having a good chance now, because yeah, I have the you know, in the late game I could get back my 4/5 flyer and all that, but the brawlers is actually a problem now, and now the opponent is in a position to start giving me those 1/1s. The fact this gives life to them, that is the actual problem. But not much I can do about it. Let's see first what they do. I mean, they can just take 6 here. They have no reason to, you know, they have no reason to tap it now. They can go to 9 because they can gain some life back. So I'm not even going to attack because I'm going to. Oh, they actually did that right away. Well, that makes it easier. So I can dig up the body. It is tempting to actually sacrifice the 1/1 because I could get the Newsy back. And then the 4/5. That's probably what I should do. Just playing the Chrome Cat, that's not gonna win me the game. I can trade with the Swordjack and that's pretty much it. So I'm actually doing it like this. Don't like losing these 1/1 unblockables, but I'm gonna be able to cast this Newsy this time. If I'm lucky, it even, you know, becomes a okay, it will become in fact a 3/3 lifelinker. So let's do that. And I think it's gonna be the Archfiend. I know I could take the other Newsy, but it's going to be the Archfiend, right? Yeah. So this will, okay. Was this really the only? Wait a minute, it said 5. I have another 2. What did I mess up there? I thought it said 5 in there. I didn't. Okay, whatever. He's not the only player. I thought it was gonna be a 3/3. Well, it's not. Oh. Maybe I just didn't read it right. Anyway, opponent is gonna deal for 6 damage to me, all with lifelink. So they're gonna go back to 21, and then well, this will at least hold back these 1 power creatures. But I'm gonna go down to 9. They're gonna go to 21. I'm going to have a 4/5 flyer here. Let's hope they don't have another broken wings. I don't think it's a card you play in multiples. It's a best of 1 event, so if you want to have one in your deck, you have to put it in the one main deck you have. Alright, so they are thinking about the... I don't know what's there to think about. I guess they might have some way to enhance these creatures pre-combat, of course. And yeah, this is the great... Look at the land art. This is a nice bug feat that, you know, the came with the recent patch. All these Kamigawa special lands are, you know, having this very beautiful art here. Okay, so they had a strong arm. They didn't attack with it. No, because they're hard casted. Why wouldn't they? You know, I think they could have hasted it up. But yeah, I'm in a very big trouble now. I'm taking here way too much damage. I don't think my bomber is gonna win this time. Yeah, actually this game is totally decided by the ballroom brawlers. It's a card that is usually fine, but it was insane in this game. Now I have the option to lock it down now, or just play the Archfiend. If I lock it down, they actually don't have that good attacks. Because I will have to jump this anyway. So if I lock it down, they will... Well, let's first, before I do any attacks, let's see what they're gonna do with the... You know, with the Kraken here. If I get to 1-1, I can just jump lock with them, no big deal. No attacks. So I think I should lock it down. And I will take one from this thing. Then I have the Craven Archfiend coming up. And ideally I will draw an untapped land so I can save it from potential removal with the slip out the back. So yeah, this does seem like... I'm actually very happy they chose to use their strong arm so that the biggest threat they have gets the counters. Why didn't they put the counters on the Sky Crier, for instance? Interesting. But I don't think they have now. Do I have a 1-drop here? Oh, I don't actually, so I can... No, I do. Sadly... So what I have a 0, 1, 2 and 3. I have nothing that costs more than 3. I have everything up until... Oh, now I realize, because I took the only 5 mana card from the graveyard, that made this new C, you know. That made the new C into a 2-2. Alright, so now... Now, of course, I do need to make some blocks here. I think I'll just... Well, I guess I don't need to, I could go to 2, but that seems like a little bit too risky. So... I'm gonna lose my new C. Sadly, because that is going to gain me some life. That would gain me some life. But what can you do here? Now I know I could just jump block with 1-1. But I'm not even sure when I'm gonna get the 3-3 here. So am I gonna jump the 2-3? Maybe not now. Later. Let's see if they have another trick here. Don't seem to be. If they had, I would have been able to save it with the sleep. So, but I'm happy with this trade. And now I'm down to 4. And they have a Gardener. They have a bunch of... Well, I have a bunch of blockers too, so it's not like they can go too wide. And yeah, I'm not going to take the Demonic Pact. Winning the game will take a bunch of more turns here, so a Demonic Pact would just make me lose the game. Okay, no attacks. Definitely not gonna attack with anyone, and then I'll just do this. Submit 0. And that should make it so that they don't have good attacks. At some point I do need to start attacking. Prize fight. Alright, well, I'll sleep this thing out of the back. So that was the final card they had in their hand. And they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attackers into my 3 blockers. Even if they tap this down, I will have another blocker. I have to make some jumps in that case, but unless they drew like a pump effect, I think I'm gonna still at least have a fighting chance. Now it will be taking a long time to actually, you know, make them go to 0 life. They activated the Sky Crier. They have a very cheap observer here. Oh, what is this? They conceded. Wait a minute. Let's just quickly see why would they do that. I mean, me getting the Evelyn is definitely great, but me being at 4, I mean, the game would take a long time. I have... All they need is to deal with the Craven Archfiend, and they have actually a lethal attack coming up. I didn't even have any way to gain life here. So was their deck not having any pump spells, removal effects or anything? Because all that would mean that... Because first of all, I can't attack with the Archfiend. I guess I could attack with the Kraken. But they actually start to have a good team block on it. They block it with a 2-2, 2-3. Well, maybe not yet, but they have like another creature coming up. They also could try to deck me out with the Sky Crier, because blue-black has a lot of self-mill, so I wasn't gonna win anytime soon. They had multiple angles of victory here, I think, still. Because I would have had to play pretty defensively, and they can, you know, mill me out, or have some way to push for the remaining 4 damage. But I'm happy they chose to concede, so I don't need to grind them out. Okay, with the Kraken, but again, one of these kind of hands. If I draw a black source, I can cast so many of these things. If the opponent plays green, I can use this for my with the lands I already have here. I think I'm gonna keep it, but this is yet another time when I have to risk with this kind of hand, and the previous 2 times they worked out. Maybe this is the time when I'm gonna get punished. But with the Kraken in here, it's just such a good card that if I get, you know, those 2 lands, and they can even be both islands, I can, you know, just win with this one card. So drawing an island here, of course I would have preferred a black producing land, but it's totally fine. And now I will just... Okay, that is a forest. I think I'll block that thing. It's usually a little bit of a waste to lose this counter, but trading with the Riveteers Initiate, that's fine. That is fine. Backdrop, okay, that's a good one from Alchemy. Yeah, that's just gonna give them a ton of cards, but haha, I drew the 4th land. It's even black, which doesn't matter right now, but and I will play the pre-combat just in case that they don't have a good block now. So this is, you can read it. I guess my face might block that thing, but I will hover over here. So at every upkeep, come on, what the heck? Every upkeep, exile the bottom creature card of your library. You may cast that card this turn, and if they don't cast it, they will at least get a treasure token. So they could now cast a Midnight Assassin, which is quite fine actually for the to deal with the Traveler here. Yeah, they have, but of course this has Death Touch too, so I'm just taking the 2 damage here, and then I think I'm going to, you know, do this thing, but I also think I'm going to bounce it, I guess. If I had an instant way to kill this, that would be good too. But I'm gonna bounce it because that will cost another 3 mana for them. So I get to attack for 8. I get to draw a card. I wouldn't mind having a land here. Mr. Orphea. I don't think they're gonna cast that thing because that allows me to have a good attack with the Kraken. They wouldn't have mana to activate this Death Touch. Yeah, the bank drop is gonna win the game for them, the long game, late game. So, because they do have a way to deal with the Kraken here. Alright, so another attempt of having the Death Toucher here. If I can sacrifice this instant speed, I would give this the counter, which would be very valuable, but let's see. Saturn Finale, but they do have to pay the ward cost for both of those. That doesn't work the way they want it to work, because that's 2 spells targeting that. It's not going to work, opponent, because the copy also is going to target. Oh, is it gonna target when it becomes a target? So ward becomes a target of a spell. It will become it again. I think it's gonna ask for it. But no, I don't understand. Why would they? Yeah, that's perpetually now a 6/3. But why? No, it also has a shield counter, so I'm not sure what they try to accomplish with that. Maybe I will see very soon. They might have. Oh, they might have the red burn spell that says that damage can't be prevented. That deals 3 damage, so that will now cleanly deal with the Reservoir Kraken, but not this turn. They're gonna go down to 4. Yeah, that's probably what they're gonna have. But I get to play, now that I drew a swamp here, but I think I still play the Custodian. But let's see first what this thing is gonna mill. I think I'm pretty sure they're gonna play another Custodian instead. Now, if they have the, you know, the burn spell I talked about, it will actually cost them 5 mana. So yeah, let's play the 3/2. So that's gonna how good they are gonna deal with these guys, because these are lethal as well. And this thing has trample, so just randomly blocking it. It's not gonna work. Do I have a 4-mana card here? Yes, I do. So actually these will still be at 3 out of 5. The threshold can be tricky sometimes. I have a way to discard a card, but I would need to be at 4 out of 5 before that is even relevant. And I still need to have the correct cost card in my hand to discard. So that is now 0, 2 and 4. Actually, I have only 2s in my hand. Well, this will mill 2 cards though. I mean, of course I have a 3, but this won't be able to discard itself. So let's see what's the opponent's game plan. There has to be some, unless they made a mistake, there has to be some reason for this play they made. Maybe they realized only after casting this that it doesn't work because they can't pay for the second ward. Okay, that wouldn't have worked with the shield counter. So they were able to kill the 3-2, but that's still the Kraken here. It's gonna be lethal even through this thing because it will trample. Mayhem Patrol, yep, that's there. But yeah, this has a... No, it doesn't... No, it does have a shield counter, doesn't it? Or did it lose it somehow? No, it has a shield counter, yes, it says there. Okay, Craven Archway. Oh, I'm gonna... I'm just gonna win here anyway. Whatever. But if I... No, I'm not gonna win because they obviously are going to do that. So I'm going to attack with this. It will trade with the Assassin. And then I am going to go with the... I mean, that might be a little bit foolish now. With the Archfiend, because I actually give the opponent a way to win if they... But the point is that this Demonic Pact has the, you know... deal 4 damage to them. It's any target. So that's lethal already. So they have to deal with the Demonic Pact dealing 4 to them, and the 6-3 Trampler and the 4-5 Flyer. I'm gonna sacrifice the 1-1 here for that. I mean, that's still probably a bit stupid. Okay, I'm not gonna sacrifice the unblockable guy. I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to do it like this instead. Play the Snoop. No, I'm gonna make them discard. I'm gonna sacrifice the court official on the next turn. I mean, if they are able to survive this turn. I guess some mass removal. No, it doesn't work. Mass removal doesn't work here because this has still, you know, the mass removal would be damage based or destroy effect. So this would survive it because of the shield counter. But yeah, I just played a bit safe here because I mean, I could have also cast this without doing the Demonic Pact thing, but I kind of want to do it. So, okay, now there is the Call in a Professional. So that was the thing. That will take all the mana. They will get a treasure token from its bank job. The Goethe Goons exiled by the bank job. But now I can go for it. And oh, is there a boring victory coming? Oh, there is a boring victory possibility. Well, I think I'm still gonna go for it because I don't have a 5 in here. So I can snoop down the Archfiend. They have 1 mana. Is that a mistake? I have to do it. Because they're gonna block the court official now. And then I'm gonna make this into a 3-3. I guess in a way the Archfiend wins the game to me. Okay. Didn't get to cast it, but it did, you know, contribute to me winning the game on this very turn. And in fact, I wouldn't have won the game if I just went for the end of turn. I mean, post-combat main phase cast this thing, but of course with them being at such a low life total and this 4 damage coming up, it was gonna... And, well, the fact that it's still a 4-5 flyer they need to deal with. That would have probably won me the game anyway, but let's win when I can. Let's not make the opponent have another turn. So I have hit my rares very nicely, but I haven't... again, look at this hand. But where is the 2 mana uncommon from Alchemy? Which might be a stronger card than either of these. Maybe not stronger than the Kraken, because the Ward 2 makes it so much harder to deal with. Of course, this is a very nice hand, which I will be keeping, but that hasn't really showed up in the games. But in such many games I have had both of these rares available. Okay, land is very good. Yeah, of course, I need a blue source for this, but at least even if I draw another swamp, that at least means that I can cast the Archfiend. Sadly, again, early in the game, I can't go for the Demonic Pact. And the reason I want to... Oh, this is the one I need here myself. Alright, so that makes things a lot more complicated. But yeah, I just want to do the Demonic Pact for the fun factor. So they can blitz this thing, they get to, you know, get the treasure token, get the trigger from this Xander's Wake. I guess if I draw now an island, I like my chances a lot. But if I have yet another turn when I can't do anything relevant, well, I guess I can draw a spell I can cast, but my hand... Yeah, I mean, normally I wouldn't be worried, but Xander's Wake is going to make the controller win any kind of a game where creatures trade in the ground. Now I do have a flyer here, so maybe I can still win with that. Okay, I've seen worse. At least I can cast this and have the Fake Your Own Death up. There goes my land, which I actually would have wanted to have for the next turn. But if I get to use the Fake Your Own Death so that my creature is still dying, I will get the treasure token, which gives me the ability to cast one of these things. Okay, a fourth color. Yeah, I don't think I wanted to mill, well, the island especially, but even a swamp would just give me the 4/5 here. This doesn't... Okay, well, let's see the spellbook here. Is there something dealing with the flyer here? Well, that can block. But no, nothing that deals with the flyer really. Alright, so it's a little bit awkward. Not so awkward anymore. Alright, so I'm gonna play my own Xander's Wake and attack with both. And then the question is, because you don't get a treasure token from this thing unless the creature actually dies. So... Okay, they just choose not to block at all. Wow, that's simple then. Let's not make them... I mean, let's just steal the 3 then. There's no other decision to be made on that turn. Oh, they have a Fleetfoot Dancer. Well, I mean, I've been winning so many games with my own race that this is totally, you know, this is just a... Plus, I can still win if I get... I think I need to be able to cast one of these rares on the next turn. Which I'm not, but I can bounce this for 2 mana. Do I want to bounce it right away? They're gonna start making treasure tokens here. No, I will bounce it on my turn, because if it's a land, I want to play it, especially because it can still be a land that, you know, enters tapped. So let's attack now. That does mean that they can maybe because they might recast this guy. Then I want to use the Fake Your Own Death. Okay, fine. Let's just attack with that, because I want them to block so that I can get my Xander's Wake trigger. Alright. So, I'm gonna do this because I want to just play any lands I might be drawing here. Yeah, this thing making treasure tokens each turn also means that there's still no land. They will have also all the mana available to cast these things, so this is going to be a really challenging game, but I still think I have a good shot to win. It really depends on what they're holding in their hand, of course, but I'm not desperate yet. So it seems like they are like what's the Cabaretsi, the Naya colors, and then they're splashing rightfully the Xander's Wake. Now, I hope they don't have an annoying trick. This has trample, so it doesn't matter if I block first or cast this first. Is there any reason to cast this right now before committing to the block? Whatever. Okay, I guess I can commit to the block now. At least if this Newsy is dying in response, at least the Xander's Wake will trigger regardless. Of course, this is still a very horrible outcome. But I would have just rather make this guy die. So I don't even get the a treasure token now. That's also tough if I don't if I still don't draw a land. All right. So which of these? I guess I could. This is an advisor, so don't get any other party type for this thing. That's a rogue though. But then again, so is this. All right. So Morbid Opportunist is obviously the best card, so I guess I'll take the best card. But I need to get something that helps me with that stuff. Basically an untapped land which I still don't get to have. Dig up the body. I mean, I can say casualty for the Xander's Wake and get the triggers out. So yeah. I just can't do the stuff because I have only 4 mana. The opponent has 6 lands plus an active Glittermonger, so don't even have a way to kill this. So maybe I'll do this thing and I can, because I can still take some damage. Maybe this builds cards that makes this go into a 5/5 well now. Alright, so I just have to trade with the Swindler, I guess. This thing having trample is annoying because I would just otherwise jump and block it. But the Archfiend, that is a 4/5. It can block this if they don't have another, pump effect or removal. Now we both have an active Xander's Wake, so it's like an even situation in that sense. But sadly, the opponent has the mana to cast everything they have. I guess if they really hit a heavy pocket of lands, then I will have more cards than they. But also they are 28 live. I think it's pretty hard to hold for ransom for that thing, not for the Snooping Newsy. What is up with that? Probably what's up is that it doesn't matter. I guess I am still... No, if they attack with everything I lose. Because... And they even seem to have still something to deal with. Only 3 relevant spells they can cast now. They attack with everything and I lose because whichever I'm gonna block, I'm gonna take 9 damage if I block in a best possible way. If I block the Trampler, I will get 4 trampled over. I still don't understand why maybe they just did this thing because they knew it doesn't matter which they're gonna pacify. I guess I have 2 open mana, so there could have been something, but yeah. I guess it was my turn to lose to a rare. And yes, my starting hand had both of these things. And what was the land count? Was it 2 or 3? But anyway, how many cards? I milled some cards here though, but I mean this was still quite a few turns played, and I still couldn't cast this. I didn't get the second blue ever, and not the 5th land either. I guess this deck has 16 lands only, so maybe that was the punishment for that. Okay, so one more game, because either I win or lose, the event will be over regardless. On the play, none of the good stuff, none of the rares or the bomb uncommon, but I have a sort of a, this is fine. If opponent is playing green, I can cast this for 2. If they play white, I can cast this for 1, and this is at least allows me to have some kind of pressure here. I just hope the opponent doesn't have a 1/3 2-drop, because one of the opponents did have that. Okay, land is really good because now I can Chrome Cat into, hopefully scrying into, well, I don't even know, do I want to 4th land? Well, I guess I do, because now looking at the colors the opponent has, that means that these won't be cheaper. Well, they can still have white because they have a Shattered Seraphim there. Alright, so... well, that makes it rather simple. I just attack and play my own music. Oh no, I still play the Chrome Cat, of course. Still play the Chrome Cat. I make up both of us take one extra point of life loss. And land. If it's a land, I'll keep it. I would rather it be an island because I have 2 double blue cards in the deck. But this allows me to cast these 4 mana spells, which I might want to be doing. So let's keep this one there. Master's Initiate. Okay, that's a little bit annoying, but fine. Because it will grant them some value in the end. But am I gonna just trade this off? Because they probably just block the cat with the new C and then with the Initiate. Well, I don't know what they're gonna do with the Initiate. I don't think I wanna kill any of that, because if I kill the new C, for instance, they can still trade with the cat regardless. So I'll just attack and let it happen. So yeah, the Initiate. Oh, sorry, of course they're gonna choose it that way. That's the smart way to do the block there. Alright, so I have a 3-drop in my graveyard. Let's see what this is gonna mill now. Oh no, not the Xander's Wake. That's sad. Because there's no way I can return an enchantment from the graveyard with this deck. Okay, Queza. Well, there is a... actually, that makes the whack cost only 1 mana. Well, there's one of the double blue cards. That is a 4-drop. Yeah, they're gonna soon have the threshold for this thing, but it's not like I'm gonna allow this guy to survive. I'm just continuing with the attacks. I'm happily trading with the new Z because I don't want them to hit the threshold. I do have a 1 mana card in my hand, so I can go to 4 out of 5. Okay, that's gonna mill something that makes this into a 3-3, is it? Nope. 3 and 0, they already had those in their graveyard. Shattering Finale. Okay, well, let's save it. But that was the 2 mana cards they were missing. Alright. Sad. Oh, there's the Archfiend, so suddenly I'm actually having a chance here. I'll just bounce one of these guys because I do want to get my land here. It could be an untapped one. No such luck. I will just... I know this could become a 4-4 now at some point, but I'm happy trading with the 3-3, so let's just attack with this. But am I gonna pay life? I don't think I'm gonna pay life now. This might take some time before I can win. Okay, so what's their trick? What is... or maybe they just, offer the trade. Okay, that's the case. I don't know when I'm gonna get to oh, red mana too. How many newses they have in their deck? Wow. And they have a Halo Scarab. So this is... well, I guess that's 3 only, and doesn't my deck have a bunch of them too? Expendable Lucky. Alright. So, I mean, I'd rather have the land here, or... yeah, well, doesn't matter. Even a swamp is fine. But I guess I can cast both of these things, and I will make them discard one of those 2 cards, and I can now double block one of the newses. That's also something, I guess. They had a Glamorous Outlaw. Okay, so that's actually a fine card. They were 1 mana short from casting it, so the second one is even better. It's definitely not a land in their hand now. Alright. So is this gonna be another game where I'm holding one of my rares, where I just don't have the mana to cast it? Could be. Anyway. Any tricks? 3 lifelinker to deal with. I don't think the lifelink part is that relevant anymore because I'm not gonna raise them. I need to outgrind them, which is gonna be a little bit hard because they just got to draw 2, discard 1 there, but at least I got my land. Still not the blue source though. My deck has 9 for both, counting the dual lands, but... Okay, and again, there's just no way I can, do the... There's no way I can do the... do the, the demonic pact thing. I'm not gonna win them soon enough. I guess I'm not gonna jump even if they deal with the Archfiend, so let's attack for 1. Yeah, the fact they got to refill with the, with this thing is a bit sad, because they might have now ways to deal with the 4/5 Nimble Larsen. This is it's an instant artifact, so it's not a non-land, non-creature, so sleep. Oh, that was sad. That was so sad. Well, I'm gonna cycle this because, yes, I still have the double caster rare, but I'm gonna get another island regardless at some... Boom, no attacks. Let's have an unblockable thing. I guess that's a 20-10 clock now. Well, they do have a lifelinker there. So as long as they can't deal with the Archfiend, I can actually win the game, but there's no way it's going to be that. Yeah. Not good. If I did have to discard them, sleep with the fishes, I could still, remove something. This is gonna... Okay, well, I mean, I still am in the game. I can double block this guy. And then go down to 2. Actually, I will be going down to 1 because I have to pay 1 life to make this into a 2-power creature. So I guess if the opponent now hits a really big pocket of lands and I find a way to deal with the larcenist, but nope, they have another alchemy card. This is just amazing. Look at this, 4 mana, 4/5 flyer, ward 1, and it doesn't matter what the text comes after that unless it's a drawback, which it isn't. So when it enters mill 4 cards, then they get to dig up the body because they do meet the threshold there, but that's enough for me, and there's no way I can come back from this situation, because I'm gonna lose 2 of my ground guys, and then I'm at 1 life, and they have 2 flyers to my 0 cards in hand and 1 ground guy. So that's of course the alchemy draft format. It's like a Crimson Vow, so a lot of bum cards around, but getting to 6 wins is of course a very good result. So that's it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you. Well, okay, I could have checked the deck, but I don't think... I think we saw the deck enough there in the games. A couple of mana issue games, and not the worst kind of mana issue games, because the worst kind of mana issues are the ones where you just don't hit your 3rd land ever. So I was at 4 lands in a couple of games, but I couldn't still cast my rares. So a little bit awkward in that sense, but it's fine. I think the deck was good, but it had some, I mean, those Chrome Cats, not really a card you usually want to be playing, so it definitely had some subpar cards. The blue-black wasn't totally open in the draft, and it shows in the deck, so I'm very happy to reach 6 wins with this one. There's still coming at least 1 more of these alchemy drafts, maybe 2, but at least the next video will still be an alchemy draft. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.